dislike button. Please watch the whole video. Please watch the whole video.
Now I know what you're thinking. Isn't this supposed to be a movie?
Now watch The Lion King?
It looks like one of them old 2D animated films from 1897 during a time when it was justified to cower in fear as a bullet train on a big screen was out for blood. Yes, this is a game. A video game. Not one of those interactive playables you get on a Scooby-Doo DVD. This thing was in every arcade in the country just so the little people can get their greedy hands on it and play it. For 50 cents. Damn, that was expensive. I want to make a quick disclaimer about this project I researched because, well, I never played the game.
What?
But I have heard a lot about it, and it's technically a movie game, so if you watch it like a movie, you have proper experience. Right? God, I need to get my life organized. There's a lot to talk about, so let's get into it. Dragon's Lair is a 1983 video game franchise created by video game designer Rick Diner, animator Don Bluth, and released by Cinematronic Games.
Spoiler alert, I want to keep this video short and sweet, so we're only going to be talking about the first game.
Oh, boo yourselves!
So here's how it went down. Dyer was the president of Advanced Microcomputer Systems and created the concept for Dragon's Lair as a new, exciting type of game, utilizing what he called the fantasy machine, which, as the Wikipedia page claims, ranged from a rudimentary computer using paper tape with illustrations and text to a system that manipulated a video disc containing mostly still images and narration. And he began storyboarding and choreographing it. So what kind of story did he want to tell with this new game? Well, I'll just let Don Bluth tell you about that.
I'm not a gamer. And so when it came time to doing the game, a young man named Rick Dyer brought it to us and said, I want you to do a game about a little knight that goes into a castle and saves a princess. Well, the whole idea, the concept sounded good, but I didn't know how to do a game. So the entire game, which is about 20 minutes worth of animation, is a threat, a resolve, a threat, a resolve. The fun of the game was showing how many funny ways a person can die and still resurrect.
Overall, a very simple story. Now, I feel like it's important to talk about the 360-bit elephant in the room before discussing the gameplay. The graphics. Most games in the 80s, and even to this day, are very pixelated because of the restraint the game artists had to endure due to the limited hardware at the time. They consisted of sprites, actions, and movements that felt like a 2-year-old's Lego stop-motion film without any in-betweens. Dragon's Lair overcame those problems thanks to Laserdisc, which officially opened the gate between animation and video games. While performing as your character, the Laserdisc would search for exactly what appropriate animated sequence to play next, keeping you on your toes constantly. It was actually reported that $1.3 million were spent into accomplishing the 20 minutes of animation. However, that too came with its own limitations. Sure, you had your standard up, down, left, right, and attack movements, but you also have to time your movements correctly. For example, if you do not grab that sword in time when it glows, you're dead. Fail to slash that snake, you're dead. Fail to make it to the other side, dead, 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 dead. Also, the Laserdisc couldn't easily be replicated onto other home consoles at the time either, and mixed with some dark magic, you get the NES version. Nevertheless, the game was a huge success, since it was worth 50 cents to play a game that acted as a frickin' movie, much higher than the standard quarter. By the end of 1983, Electronic Games ranked it as the #1 arcade video game in the US. Lines formed, children were slaughtered just to give up 50 cents for playtime. In fact, many kids have praised the game so much that they even revisited it in their adulthood and realized what they were playing felt as pleasurable as
a dump truck driving through a nitroglycerin plant.
Yeah, did I mention that Dragon's Lair is infamous for its complicated and frustrating gameplay? Yes, I did. Dragon's Lair reportedly saved the video game market crash of '83, but due to how expensive the game itself was, it started to lose faith in players by '84. Still, it managed to spawn a sequel in 1991, as well as a 3D sequel in 2002, and many releases from the crappy NES version I just mentioned to the iPhone. While not without its flaws, there is no denying the talent, effort, and influence this game had on so many children and adults alike, an innovative animated game experience like no other.